Hello friends, I just finished the longest run of my life, and it was actually twice as long as any run I've done in the last decade. So I just ran 6 miles in 45 minutes, well 50, maybe 53, I wasn't timing exactly. So I'm going to share with you some of the things I've learned while running over the last month. I've been running basically every other day, and I've learned a lot. Really, what I've done is I've taken some of the ideas and concepts that I already knew, and I've overlapped them and changed those ideas into wisdom and knowledge that I can now tap into at any time I need. So first thing I'm going to share is I don't ever run with headphones on or walk. I figure I'm out on the streets walking and running enough, and when you wear headphones as a pedestrian, you increase your chances of being struck by a car by over 100 times, and that's not a risk I'm willing to take. I love listening to audiobooks, so I do that in the gym, but when I'm out on the street, I use this time as more of a reflection, time to ask questions and come up with answers. So the first big thing, I'm doing my cool down walk right now. I'll probably walk about another mile. So something I've learned is that it's not how hard you work, it's what you work at. Here's the example. If I worked really hard at running far or worked really hard at running fast, I wouldn't have been able to run 6 miles. The key for me being able to run farther at 43 years old than ever before in my life is to work really hard at running smooth. When I run smooth, the far and the fast come automatically. Wow, my eyes are puffy. I'm shot. I got up pretty early this morning. Another thing that was really solidified today for me was the meaning of momentum. Momentum is when it's harder to stop than it is to keep going. And that's the way I felt about running today. So momentum is really the use of past learning experiences, because it truly was harder for me to stop than it was to keep going, because I remember how many times I've been running in the past where I had to stop, and I remember the force that it takes on my legs and my feet and my ankles that I have to apply in a stopping motion, and that's hard. And then I remembered how hard it is to start running again. So that's momentum, literally in the physical realm, but it happens in your head as well. So today, I don't even take the risk of jogging in place when I'm stopping at a street. If I know I'm not going to be able to cross the street, I start running circles prior to that so that I don't have to stop forward momentum. So I literally, in this last 50 minutes, I did not stop my forward momentum, not once. So the other thing then I learned while in momentum is optimization. What can I do when I have momentum to optimize the effort that I'm already putting into the run? So, well, what I can do is I can utilize my strengths. I realized I can concentrate on running smooth. I can concentrate on breathing smoothly. I can tighten my core and lean forward a little bit. That makes my run more efficient. I can, squeeze my glutes as I push away from the step, and that gives me more spring in my step, and it takes some stress and some usage off the other parts of my leg. So momentum allows for optimization of your strengths. You know, the other thing I realized is, you know, preparation. I truly work to live my life. Oh, here's my rubber band. To live my life in the present. But you can live in the present and be working on the future through preparation. And so, you know, as I was coming up on mile 4, you know, in my 4th mile, after mile 3, in my 4th mile, I realized, okay, I can go another mile, but I have to prepare for this. So while I optimized and utilized my momentum, I also went into preparation mode where I prepared mentally to run that 5th mile. That mental preparation, I was logging into my memory bank of my strengths of what I was going to utilize in that 5th mile to keep going and make it through that 5th mile. The same thing happened as I was in my 5th mile. I realized I could do 6. So before I even finished halfway through the 5th mile, I was into the mental preparation of what I was going to do to achieve that 6th mile. Another thing is goal setting. You know, I thought today as I started that I would have time maybe to run 6 miles, but I set myself up to run 4 miles first. You know, so I was looping around, coming back to my house at mile 4. As I came up to that goal, I already realized it was attainable, so I was able to set a new goal before even finishing that goal, which was a 5th mile, and then a 6th mile. So, sorry for the long video, but I think, you know, I'm doing these things to share with you. Maybe you'll get something from it, but I'm also doing this to solidify these ideas, these thoughts, these experiences into my brain so that they can be utilized at will as wisdom and knowledge. Make it a great day, guys.